Hello everybody and welcome back to the PC Support Midlands YouTube channel. As always, I am Rob and I am going to be your tech guide for the day. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the top 5 cameras you can use to get your business content online today for under £600. Now we are going to be presenting you with some amazing cameras today, and the choices we have on offer today are plenty, so do stick around and let's now get into our top 5 cameras that you can get under £600 to get you onto YouTube. Okay guys, so the first camera we're going to talk about today is the camera that I'm looking into right now. This is the Panasonic Lumix G7. The Lumix G7 is an amazing camera. It's brilliant. It's my personal favourite. And what's more wonderful about it is the price. The Lumix G7 comes in at £400 if you can get it at the right time. On Amazon at the moment you can get it with the kit lens for £429, and as with all the cameras today, we're not going to be recommending you get any other lenses. We are taking into account the fact that you're just trying to get your content out there, you're trying to get your business known onto YouTube, and we just want to get you a camera which you can take out of the box and use to get yourself known and to get your content seen by the masses. Now, when it comes to cameras you can take out of the box and provide amazing content with, the Panasonic Lumix G7 is it. The one thing we will say about the Panasonic Lumix G7, which is it's the biggest bugbear for me, it's the autofocus. The autofocus is a little nuts at times. If I move a little quick to the left or to the right, or I throw something up in a different focus, it's going to put me out of focus right here. This is something that's a bugbear for me, so I can't use this camera if I'm out and about, and the auto stabilization isn't great either. But for everything else, I cannot recommend this camera enough for user friendliness, for the weight of the camera, for the durability. The possibilities are endless with this camera. I would recommend, for the price, this is the one 4K camera on our list today that you may wish to consider. Now the second camera on today's list is a camera that you don't seem to find on any lists for 2020, but it is a camera that can do wonders for your content, and that is the Canon 200D or the SL2. Now the SL2 is a camera that came out just before the Canon M50 and is still putting in for around about £450, maybe £500, depending on what time of year and where you buy it from. Now the thing with the SL2 is it tends to be overlooked because of the Canon M50. Now of course we'll talk a little bit more about the M50 later, but the SL2 really needs some focus addressing to it. Not only is it a wonderful Canon camera and it's a beautiful example of what they can do on the low budget range, you can also get incredible quality, incredible colour. You get the autofocus that Canon is remarkably renowned for. You get beautiful colours, you get user friendliness. The downsides, it looks a bit plasticky, it feels very cheap in the hand. One of the great things about this camera is I used to use it personally for streaming. I used to plug it straight into an Elgato Camlink 4K. Even though I wasn't getting 4K image because it's a 1080p camera, it was a remarkable camera with a clean HDMI and you can turn off the time limit, so you can just stream for as long as you want. Now you may not have considered streaming for your business, but with platforms like Twitch now, you can stream directly to their business side. They have podcasters that are advertising their business on Twitch, and there are more business people that are actually using Twitch in 2020. This is something to look out for, and my tip for the next few years is this is going to be an advertising platform to look out for. Okay, so the third camera we're going to talk about is of course the one we have to follow up the SL2 with. It is the Canon M50. Now the Canon M50 it's going to make it onto our list, even though it's one of much debate online. The camera comes in at £600, which is £100 more than the Canon SL2, but do you really get more? Well, a little. Is it £100 worth? That is a matter of perspective. In my opinion, no. I've had the M50 and the SL2 and I preferred the SL2, and people are going to slate me for this, but do carry on and listen. The Canon M50 is one of its USPs, its unique selling points is its 4K, but the 4K you get on the SL2 is cropped 4K, as you will see on all of the videos online, and that crop is not generous. That crop is quite disgusting. For a video like this, for example, the crop would look like this. Okay, maybe that's a little bit exaggerated, but still, you're still going to get a crop, so you're not going to get the 4K you want. So you're paying for a 4K camera and not getting the 4K you want or deserve. In fairness, why wouldn't you just save £200? If you wanted a 4K camera that you could talk to the camera for seated content like this, the Panasonic Lumix G7 is going to be your choice. The Canon M50 of course does have an amazing autofocus. It is user friendly. It's possibly one of the most user friendly cameras around, and it's a great starter camera. It's the most expensive camera on our list, and in my opinion, if it's something that you want for moving video, if you want to use a great 1080p camera, if you want amazing colours and user friendliness because you're not too familiar with digital cameras or DSLRs, you can actually go for the M50 and get yourself a pretty decent camera. Okay, the next camera on our list is a Canon Ball. The next camera on our list is a Canon The next camera on our list is the Canon Vixia HFR800, and it's actually a camcorder. And while you may be looking at your screen and wanting to punch me through it right now, please bear with me. This camcorder is a mean piece of kit, and it comes in at £300. Now, when it comes to 1080p video, it provides an amazing picture. It really does, whether you're on the move, whether you're seated. Paired with the right lighting, this camcorder is absolutely out of this world. You would not believe the quality you'll get from such a cheap camcorder. And when I say cheap, yes, there are cheaper options on the market, but this is the one that I found and I've used and had pleasure with using. I did not record the pleasure. This camera is just something to behold. Really, if you get the chance to go out and use it, just test run it for a week or so, and you will see that this really does hold its ground against some of the more expensive cameras that we've mentioned today. If you put it next to the SL2, for example, you are going to have a bit of a fight on your hands, because the two are very, very close, and I would possibly say that the Vixia takes it. If you combine it with the right lighting, a good microphone via the mic input, you're going to have some outstanding quality content that you can put out. So the final camera we're going to talk about today is my personal wild card. You may have seen a lot of YouTubers, they recommend the Sony 6400. Let me let you into a little secret about this. They're all recommending the Sony 6400 because when you click on the affiliate link, it gives them a bigger commission. What? Okay, the camera is really good. So the 6400 is brilliant, but we're going to talk about a camera which you can get on a budget, because we understand you don't want to be spending £1,000. So why don't you consider the Sony A5100? The Sony A5100 you can pick up online for £250 with the kit lens, as with all the cameras we're talking about today. And this is some piece of kit. The A5100 did everything better than the A5000. The Alpha model started quite poorly and then started to get progressively better. If you're looking not to spend a fat lot but still get your content online, the A5100 is the camera that's not going to break the bank and give you amazing looking footage. Yet again, pair it with brilliant light. But the one problem you're going to come across is it has no audio input. It's the only camera on today's list that has no mic in. Now, this isn't really an issue. You can just record your audio into a Zoom Pro handheld and edit in post. It's not really an issue nowadays. A lot of people record their audio externally and match up in post. I do it personally myself. But if you're really looking for a camera on a budget that is going to get your content online and quickly, then look at the A5100. Okay guys, that wraps up our top 5 list for today. Next time we're going to be looking at microphones so you can get yourself some crispy clean sound. If you've appreciated today's video, we would love it if you would just drop a like and subscribe. It's all going to help us out, and remember, we are here for you. This is a YouTube channel, as we always say, that is for you. So if you have any suggestions of things that you would like to see or like us to talk about, do drop them in the comments below. We are just about to shoot off, but before we do, this.
And now, before we go, our Trumpism of the week.
In helping with Florence, this is a tough hurricane, one of the wettest we've ever seen from the standpoint of water.
It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor at all.